Alrighty, guys. I think we are officially live. Our first ever live stream here on the Pole Position YouTube channel. Just making sure everything is in readiness for this one here. I can't wait for it. First qualifying session of the season. It's a lot of unknowns. We obviously know about all the regulation changes. You know, who's going to come out on top? George Russell. Cool, that's audio's looking all good there. Obviously, George Russell coming out as a big victor of FP3. A good chunk ahead of the rest of the field. Kimi Antonelli binned it. I'm wondering if he can actually make it into this session. That's also going to be another question. Just getting all these socials out now. All right, there we go. We're all set here. We've got the timing screen to the right of screen, as you can see. You guys can keep a track along with me. As I said, it's going to be a real... by the way, I'm sorry. I'm repping both Mercedes and Oscar Piastri today. Got to get the love in for everyone on the grid here. I'm hoping Kimi Antonelli will be available to compete in this session. That's a different story if he actually gets out on track, but... Probably ready for this one here. Australian GP, first proper time we get to see these cars driven in anger. We get a little bit of an insight at the end of FP3. Now it's time for the real stuff. And I absolutely cannot wait to have a look at what we get going here. Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso, will they actually go out and track? That's another story altogether. I don't think we'll see Lance Stroll. Didn't come out on FP3. Fernando Alonso did put a competitive lap out there in FP3, so you might get to see him in this session here. There we go here. So most wins, Michael Schumacher around this circuit. McLaren have the most wins, however, at Albert Park, so they look to show that once again. You got the softest three compound, C5, C4, C3, so the soft compound tyre. It's going to be racy. It's going to be quick. It's going to be a very, very interesting watch here. We are 3 minutes away from getting going here. George Russell just so rapid in that FP3 session. Can Max Verstappen, can his teammate Kimi Antonelli, can Oscar Piastri, hometown hero, or will it be one of the Ferraris? Hamilton, Leclerc, could they potentially cause some problems? But right now it looks like it's George Russell's pole position to give away. 20 degrees, perfect day for it. Look at the crowd as well. Massive crowd in the Oscar Piastri fan club out there. He's looked good this weekend. You know, McLaren haven't really been on the pace as much as we didn't think they'd be obviously the quickest, but I thought they'd be a little bit closer than what they are. But it's taking a lot to remain in the fight. There's the new qualifying format. So 6 cars eliminated after 18 minutes in Q1, 15 minutes for Q2 with 6 cars further eliminated. That's a top 10 shootout with now 13 minutes in Q3. Just over a minute away now from getting going here for the first qualifying session of the season. And there is the camera panning onto that Mercedes garage and to their neighbours from what will be most often this season in McLaren. They are still working overtime on Kimi Antonelli's car. Can they get that thing out? It's looking closer than I thought it would be. Piece after piece. That's Toto Wolff having a chat with one of the engineers there to see if they can get him out. He literally needs one run. He'll be able to do it with one run, you'd think. There's Max Verstappen. As I said in my prediction video, if anyone can do it, Max Verstappen will be able to do it. So just never rule him out. They never really look likely this weekend, Red Bull, but that's when Max sort of thrives. There's Oscar. Less than a minute away from getting going here. Let me know your predictions, guys, in the comments section if you're joining me. I'd love to hear your shouts. Do-do-do. In the comments section if you join. Everything is all looking all good on my end. Kind of this one here. We're 8 seconds away now from getting going. Here we go. Cars out on track. Sort that bit out there. Have a look there, the Audi garage. Their first official run out. Nico Hülkenberg, Gabriel Bortoleto remaining the same partnership from last season where it was Kick Sauber. They have looked quick. They have looked very, very good so far in every session, but in particular in FP3. They look like the best of the rest because the Big Four are the Big Four. We know that. We thought Haas might be there. Even Alpine. Shame that Williams aren't there, but it looks like Audi, some nice reliability and it's consistent running, and they're absolutely right up there. So they're going to be a watch. Obviously, Arvid Lindblad come out of the pit lane as well. He's also going to be a watch in this one here. Such a racy driver, the young 18-year-old. There's Lewis Hamilton and that scarlet red Ferrari. They look like they could cause some problems. They've been there or thereabouts within the top 5 all weekend long. As we've got the first official runner on track, Nico Hülkenberg, down the main straight. Obviously got that famous podium at Silverstone last year. I'll tell you what, if this Audi is as racy as it seems already in the early stages, it could be getting another podium. Maybe later in the season if things go their way. So he goes here into the slow speed corners. So far, so good. Pretty neat and tidy. This is where these cars will do a lot of their recharge at the second half of this first sector. 31.5 through there. They like to scrub a lot of pace off now in these new cars through that middle sector coming into the third sector. Alex Albon's got the first purple in the middle sector. And Hülkenberg's just backed off. So I don't think you like that run there. Alex Albon now a little bit wide there through 11. Now on the slowest speed corner on the track, and then this long right-hander in turn 14. And then slingshot into the main straight. What has Albon got? He hits us with a 1:21.8. Valtteri Bottas going for Cadillac as the times come tumbling in. So Albon's gone quicker marginally than Esteban Ocon. Behrman's gone quicker than Albon. So that's good for Ollie Behrman. Good start for him. Lando Norris, the defending world champion, on his lap. Move that so we get to see the tyre on screen. There we go. Solid first sector for both the McLaren boys. Hamilton has gone purple though for the first. So Norris has got a bit of clean air in front of him though. Bortoletto's gone quickest to the first. Taking Hamilton's purple away from him. Perez is 4/10 back of the Aston of Fernando Alonso. Here comes Norris to the final corner now. What can he put up? Hulkenberg's improved his time. Norris goes. That's a 1:20. What, he's 2/10 off Arvid Lindblad. That's a poor lap from him. Piastri's gone 4/10 faster than Arvid Lindblad. He's going to put a 1:25 in. Bortoletto's on 2 purples. Bortoletto's going to steam in here. He'll take provisional pole, it looks like, unless he goes wrong here in the final corner. Slingshot's out. Main straight. A little bit of a wobble on exit. Gabriel Bortoletto goes quickest by 0.5 from Oscar Piastri. Hamilton on a set of mediums. The Audi is fast. They're really surprising me how quick they are around this circuit. They might be able to potentially cause some problems for those McLaren boys. As we see George Russell now start his first flyer. So adjusting my time so it all links up on screen what I'm reacting to. So Russell going out on a set of softs and gone 2/10 quick in the first sector than Gabriel Bortoletto. This could be a serious lap. Traffic out the way quite easily. This is for these new cars that conk out. They lose scrub off so much speed that this sort of fast left. Oh, back end sort of slid out there. But that fast, left and right is not really fast anymore for these cars. How much speed they scrub off to recharge the battery. But this is where you got to get it right. If you link up all these corners in this section here, it propels you really nicely onto that main straight. Behrman's gone quicker than his teammate. A little bit scruffy through the second half of that lap there, but he should still cruise to the provisional P1 and does so by almost or more than half a second. Leclerc splits Hamilton and Piastri. So that Bortoletto time is very competitive, saying that the Ferraris have gone out on a set of mediums. Antonelli has got 10 minutes to get out there. They really have to work overtime there at Mercedes to get him out on track. Isaac Hadjar. First time in that Red Bull seat now. Look nice and clean for those 2 last corners. What has he got for us, Isaac Hadjar? Second fastest. Whew. So they're ahead of the McLarens. Here's Nico Hülkenberg again. Can't improve in his original time there. Hülkenberg P8. Bortoletto P3. Max Verstappen's got that Ford engine revving up and ready to go. That Russell time, I know the Ferraris are on mediums, but boy, could be a long way off. Lindblad's gone faster now to the middle sector. We're looking at him now. A little bit wide to 11. Norris has done his personal best in the first sector. It's still 2/10 back of George Russell. Lindblad now. That's really nice through there. Final corner, main straight now. What has he got to offer? Lindblad second fastest. Oh, the circuit is rubbering up quite nicely. The times are just piling in now. Got Norris and Piastri on screen. Both continue to struggle through that middle sector. Can Norris clean through these final 2 corners. Does well there. Like he needs a quick time here. And that's better from Lando Norris. Head of Bortoletto, still behind the Red Bull of Isaac Hadjar. Hamilton's up into third place. Another set of mediums for him. Piastri next across the line, up into P2, so better from the McLarens. Still not fantastic in the middle sector. They've really struggled there all weekend. Charles Leclerc next across the line. P2 for him. So out-qualifying both Oh, we have an off. God, Verstappen's off! Oh, he's in the wall! Oh, no, Max! And that's a big one. He's just had the... Oh, it's a red flag. Oh, no, Max Verstappen. He centered it into the wall. Wow. What happened there? We've cut to Max and he's in the wall. And everyone now pans to the Mercedes garage. They've got time due to the red flag to get Kimi Antonelli back on the... He's out of the car. That's it. What happened to Max Verstappen? It's into turn one. Comes down the straight. The back end just snaps at him. Wow. That's going to be mechanical, surely. Looks like he's hit the brakes and the back end just... Wow, just locked up and off he went. That is incredible. Wow. He says it. The car just locks on the rear axles. He just hit the brake and all of a sudden the back just went and got locked up. Wow. Max in the wall. And on his first corner in anger. Wow. Kimi on second look, I was watching, FP3, takes a lot of the curbing, so that sort of describes that. But that there is just, that's the car. So take a breath now. So Verstappen out. Stroll out, Sainz out. We know that for a fact. Antonelli might be able to get out there now. The car's ready. He's ready to go. That is incredible luck for Mercedes. And incredible by the engineers to get that car ready to go. Wow. Max Verstappen. Harvard Lindblad, P4, Piastri, P3, Leclerc, P2, Russell, P1. Crazy work. Absolutely crazy. Change the view here and have a look at these sector times. So a good chunk off Charles Leclerc, but he's on the medium tyres. He did 2 runs in anger with those mediums. As you see Max Verstappen's car being taken away. Crazy moment here in Q1. Of course, something was going to happen, wasn't it? Antonio's there, seen it. He's seen it happen. Crazy there for Max Verstappen. It just goes on him. So we're going to get resumption in 3 minutes' time. Crazy stuff here. I'm going to have to look at that over the night. The Red Bull team. So the cars now all piling out, including a young Kimi Antonelli. Fair play to the Mercedes AMG engineers. Kimi is in and he'll definitely, unless something crazy happens again. We've got 2 minutes to start again. Crazy stuff here. Yeah, so both Ferraris have run 2 separate quick laps on those mediums, and they've done very well with that. That shows, I guess, Ferrari had the pace. I don't think they got the pace to beat the Mercedes, but they've got good pace. Look through the group here. Yeah, Cadillac look well off the pace. Alonso should be quicker than the Cadillacs. Just matters if he can actually run tomorrow, though. You can see on screen there, he's sitting behind Alex Albon there, so he believes he can qualify. Maybe well, with everyone who's out, he might be able to make it into Q2. Incredibly. BM and Esteban Ocon, 10-11. And the 2 Audis in 8 and 9. So they're sort of where we expected, right? Arvid Lindblad, though, in the RB in P4. My prediction of the good being Arvid Lindblad might come true. Less than a minute away to qualifying restarts. So many problems already. This is what you get when you get new regulations, don't you? All this chaos. That has really caught me off guard. Max is absolutely losing it in the first corner. And again, it wasn't his doing. It was not him. Lando's first in this chain, 6 seconds away from getting back underway. He needs a good lap. Behind Hadjar, behind Lindblad, behind his teammate, most importantly. So the green light given. Yeah, back, racing again. Who have we not seen yet? We haven't seen, obviously, Antonelli. We'll get him out there, but everyone else is who should be out there, it's been out there. Ferrari boys ready to go again. What have they got on? They've got those used mediums for the Ferrari. Interesting they're coming out now with those used medium. Maybe they just want to make sure they get another quicker time in. That's it for them. But I think you would wait and then just see if you need to chuck a pair of softs on. Russell is using his second pair of softs, which is 4 laps old. Leclerc and Hamilton are both on the exact same set of mediums, which they've used. Lando is on a used set of mediums, I believe. Antonelli's on a fresh set of softs. Here we go. Lando Norris is the first cross the line. Well, have a look at him driving in anger here. Just beats the Audi car out the pit lane, which is important. And he's looked really good in the first sector, I feel like, Lando Norris all weekend, but hasn't been able to string it together over the lap distance. Andrea Stella. Let's have a Lindblad done his well down of Russell. So I don't know if he's doing it. If he went wrong early in the sector or something, but he's gone slow in that first sector. I think Lindblad just on a quick warm up lap, if you would. Lawson's gone personal best through his first 2 sectors. He needs to get out of that position there. He's towards the bottom. Might get knocked out, but he wants to be quicker than that, especially with his teammate in P4. No one's gone faster on that recent run. Lawson, though, has gone. He's up into P9 with a 1:26. 7.5 tenths back of the leaders. 2 tenths back of his teammate, Arvid Lindblad. Hamilton's in a purple first sector, and he's down on Russell in the middle sector as well. Could this be Ferrari showing what they've got? And today's done a personal, obviously, in the first and second. He's well and truly up on the pace there. He'll be no problem. But this is Lewis Hamilton. This is Ferrari. Penultimate turn 13 now. 14. And around we go with a long right-hander. And he's done that very nicely and neatly. And now he's onto the main straight. What can Lewis Hamilton produce? He's put it up there, P1. 3 thousandths ahead of George Russell. Here comes that Kimi Antonelli car. And he's put it 3rd position currently. Russell's done 2 purples. Here comes the hometown hero, Oscar Piastri. McLaren still struggling through the sector too. Russell might be in the 1:19.5s here. Piastri, can he improve? Run up to the line, he has. It's a really quick final sector. He's gone 2 tenths nearly quicker than Hamilton. Russell's got a toe. Russell puts it on pole. Wow. Oscar Piastri, that's quick in that final sector. And there's a Toto Wolf side eye to the camera. We've missed that, haven't we? Yeah, Charles Leclerc locking both fronts. And that's a massive flat spot on the right. They're unusable now. Lando Norris needs to go quicker. Because the big boys are flexing their muscles right now. And he hasn't yet to show that quick pace yet. Middle sector better though. He's improved at least. McLaren have struggled in this section of the track. The 3rd sector though is where Oscar Piastri able to make up time. That's where he went purple. 1.5 tenths back of the man up top, George Russell. Here comes Lando Norris now. Fourth fastest for Lando. It's solid. It's ahead of Antonelli. It's half second back, though, of George Russell. Here's Arvid Lindblad now, who's just pumping in lap after lap after lap. And he's 9 tenths back, so hasn't improved there. Isaac Hadjar done 2 personal bests. Not too far back of George Russell. Can the solo Red Bull show what he's got here? Or will he just back off because it's not really improving? Perez and Bottas are so far off the pace. Perez done 2 personal bests and is actually looking quicker than Alonso as they currently stand. Could he get out? Isaac Hadjar ducks to the inside. Goes 5th fastest. Really, really impressive lap from Isaac Hadjar. He's showing the pace of that Red Bull there. Alonso, he's done personal best but remains back. Can Checo cause some problems here? Checo, Perez. The run up to the line. What's happened with Checo? No. Just gone ahead of his teammate, Valtteri Bottas. So both Cadillacs are out. So, the 6 that are out, Lance Stroll, Sainz, and Verstappen never go out there to do a lap. Bottas, Perez, Colapinto, all out. Gasly, Colapinto is on a lap. A fresh set of softs. Can he do it? Gasly should be safe. Gasly improves into P14. Colapinto around the final corner now. Has he got any improvement? Doesn't look likely. Oh, he has done it. So Alonso knocked out. That's heartbreak for him. Gee, that was a really, really solid final sector. Carlos Sainz never got to go out. So Alonso, Perez, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz and Stroll all out. Antonelli in the end got out there and got a lap in. And he's thanking his engineers. And so he should, because that car looked absolutely gone after FP3. Antonelli with 1 lap, P6. Russell, P1. Piastri, Norris, 2 and 4. Hamilton, 3rd. Leclerc, 7th. And that's how everyone lined up after Q1. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How about that for our first qualifying session of the year? Max Verstappen in the wall. Have a short break and be back for it all over again. Longer sessions, more cars on the track. New cars on the track. I don't think the Cadillac boys will be too upset with that. 3.5, 2.7 seconds back. Nice messages from the Cadillac drivers to their teams. Yeah, they ended up 3 seconds and 3.5 seconds off the pace. It's improvement slight, well, basically exactly where they were in pre-season testing. You think they'd want to cut that gap to maybe 2 or 2.5 seconds to be at least in the fight. Tomorrow, though, you never know. With the way things are going, if you just stay on the track and finish the race, you might finish in the points. Because I don't know what's happened with Carlos Sainz's car. Obviously, Lance Stroll's, I don't think anyone's going to get out there. Alonso won't last. So if Perez or Bottas can just see out every lap, they might find themselves in the points. Some Delta problems there with Norris, Bortoleto and Hulkenberg, Ocon and Albon. I think they'll be fine there. But the big story, obviously, George Russell chucking it into P1 there, the really, really impressive time. And fair play to the local lad, Oscar Piastri. 1.5 tenths back. Not bad from Oscar. Man, even Hamilton there. On a used medium set, to go 3 tenths back of the leader. We might be seeing a bit of a battle for P1 in Q3. And it was Kimi Antonelli to eventually get out there into P8. Good start so far. I can't complain with that at all. Just let the people at home know what's going on. We can't let the smile on my face. Firstly, Formula One is back, but Ferrari might also be back. Just saying that right now. This camera's a little bit high. It's a bit better. Oh, no, now we're off kilter. Now we're too low. I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's more like it. A lot of people at home will be thinking, bro's wearing an Oscar Piastri hat with a Mercedes t-shirt. You expect this and much, much more this season. Got the Sky coverages. It's I think Davidson's here breaking down Max Verstappen. I might just shut the volume up for this.
I won't speak over it because it sounds so clunky, and in one of the downshifts it coincides with the spin, so have a listen to this. I'll play it again, but I'll do it in slow.
It's like on the second downshift. Here's what he's trying to say as well.
There's something clearly not right in that, and as soon as I saw the car spin that violently, I just assumed that it was not driver error at all. So I think that completely clarifies it. And I'll just slow it down again. So the car's sparking away at that point. That's pretty normal, but obviously you want to see whether the driver has left enough margin, which he has. He's maybe even left too much of a margin before that white line, but it's clearly not driver error. So something.
What? Yeah, that looks pretty bad. Well, bad look for the Red Bull car. I'm very interested to see how the Audis go on this one here. Can one of them make the top 10 shootout? A no Red Bull featuring. So there's a spot here for someone. The two RBs look good, especially Arvid Lindblad. He looks very good. Look at the light doing its thing. We've got the green light and we're ready to go. But yeah, I'm very interested to see, obviously, Q3 Ferrari, but then also who makes it in that final spot here in that sort of P10 position. Because Isaac Hadjar will fight the fight for Red Bull, but there'll be a spot in there for someone. One of the Alpines, one of the Audis. Might be able to get in there. We'll see how this all works out. Here we go. Everyone's going out for the first run here in Q2. 15 minutes of Q2. Russell, Hadjar, Anthony, Bortoleto and Hulkenberg all haven't jumped out on track. As I said, that Bortoleto does. But Hamilton will be the first driver to put a lap in here in Q2, sorry. What's Hamilton got? They were shaky there through turn 1. Straighten the car up nicely here. The right hander, really neat through here. The Ferrari all weekend has been good through this section. Doesn't scrub too much speed off there. That's good. Both on a new pair of softs though for the Ferrari drivers. Albon's on an old set of softs. Now Hamilton's backed off. Get to the way for his teammate Charles Leclerc, who is going to continue on his quick lap. Everyone but Hadjar and Albon right now are on an old set of tyres. Everyone else on a fresh set. Oh, Leclerc taking too much curb and gone wide. And that's going to hurt his lap substantially. .128. I think that's incredible from Charles Leclerc, but it's a base point. He's quicker than his Q1 lap, but I think these times are going to start tumbling down here as this track gets more and more rubbered in. Everyone seems to be going for the whole first sort of quick first sector and a bit, and then backing off and then going again properly for a second lap in the quick lap. Here comes Kimi Antonelli. He's driving in anger. Had to dodge some traffic there with Leclerc and the Audi. Has that affected his time? Compared to, it's so strange to see the downshift on that back straight. It just feels wrong. How much speed they scrub in that area there. It's had a fair bit of traffic in the way, but hasn't really caused too much of a problem yet for Kimi Antonelli. It'll be a good time. Won't be a rapid time. Russell's gone purple like that. Bang, bang. Kimi goes up there. 1:19.6. That's a little bit more like it. Russell, here he comes. How quick is this going to be? It's a 1:18.9. That is very fast. First time we've seen that sort of time. Very, very good from George Russell. Lando Norris, impressive. 1:19.8. Within 0.3 of Kimi. But he is a second back of George Russell. I think that's sort of where the pace of the McLaren is, though, to be honest with you. Liam Lawson across the line. Still 0.2 back of his teammate. Oh, but Lindblad is proving me right. Hadjar, that's solid. P3, 0.7 back of George Russell, but more importantly, ahead of the McLaren. That seems like their direct competition this weekend. It might be that all season long. Out of the big four, there'll be 2 at the top and 2 just behind them. Piastri puts it second fastest. 6.5 back though, but it's a good lap as we've cut away from the most important moment where we're going to see Hamilton cross the line. Little lock there for Mantec. Can we see Hamilton's time? He ducked into the pits. He might have locked there as we cut away. So I want to see what Hamilton can produce. Charles Leclerc, nothing remarkable from him. Did a lap time delete, I think, Lewis Hamilton. That's why he's at the bottom of the pack right now. Track limits at 9 and 12. Charles Leclerc's gone slower in his first sector. He's out there on that used set of soft tyres. So the fourth lap they've done. Speed through there from the Ferrari. Nice there. The Ferrari does look locked down, but no one's really made a lap yet. Hamilton track limits and have to bail off the first. That's scruffy through that final bit there from Leclerc. It's not great from the Ferraris. It will come down to this final run, you feel like. All of a sudden, it was looking good a minute ago. Now, not so much. I don't know about that. Albon fighting the fight for Williams. That battery graphic up on the top of the halo here shows how much Albon has used that battery so far in this lap to put those two greens in. Can he cycle some more through this final corner? It's gone very wide in that final corner. It's quicker. It's 13th though. Williams really do look like the 7th fastest team on the grid, don't they? Yeah, 7th, 8th fastest team. Nothing really too impressive in there, but the RBs. Lindblad 6th. Liam Lawson 8th. There's a fresh set of soft tyres there on Lewis Hamilton's car. Oscar Piastri's gone about his business quietly. I liked it today. Again, the car's not that quick. It really isn't. It's probably the 3rd fastest car out there. But he continues to be amongst the big three. I'll tell you, the top 3. Teammate don't want to ride as well, Lando Norris in P5, but it really feels like it's Mercedes, Ferrari, then the McLaren, then the Red Bull, and then probably the RB after that. This is the last runs now, you'd feel. Ollie Behrman just outside. Pierre Gasly just outside. Hulkenberg, I think we were watching here on the screen, he'll be the one that will try and get into that top 10. I feel like he's got it. The experience of this man and this car looking pretty racy. I can see him getting in that top 10. He's had to lay off the accelerator there to get some space to his competitors, and around the final corner he'll go. What can he do? Not too bad through 1 and 2. Tidy. The back end just fighting, isn't it? Nice through there from Nico Hulkenberg. This is a solid start. Personal best for him. Takes off. Takes a lot of curb through 8. Totally flat out in this back straight. Everyone's downshifted in that back straight there, and it looks like they're almost coming to a halt, but it's not. They're just recharging that electrical store 2 green to Hulkenberg. Can he climb up into the top 10? Need a fair chunk of improvement to get there, but he's looking quick through this lap. Now this long right-hander. Stay close you can to the apex. It washes you out to the wall. That's really, really tidy. This is a tidy lap for Nico Hulkenberg. And that's P9 as we currently stand. That's a solid lap from the German. There's Max Verstappen. Hamilton's just chucked on the inside of someone there to try and get the fast lap. P6 for him. Nearly a second back, though, of the Mercedes. Russell's gone fast in the first sector. That's a really solid lap there. Half a second back, though, of Russell. Quicker than Piastri. Here comes Russell. Cross the line now. Didn't improve. Piastri comes. Still half second back of Russell. Still back of Antonelli as well. Lando Norris doesn't improve. No one's improving. They're going to have to stay out there, some of them. So Leclerc's on a flyer now. He needs a good lap here. The threat of the Audis are there. I thought we'd be saying that in Australia, but the threat of the Audi is real. First outing for the new outfit, and they're looking good. P10, P11 right now. Would like more from the Haas, Ocon and Behrman. Green first, so personal best through there. Personal best to the second sector, are about a 10th back of their probably direct rival in George Russell. What can the lead Ferrari man produce? They've looked the goods this weekend. They've looked the goods in every session. They've looked the goods in the first session. Going so quickly on those mediums. It's neat. It's neat through there. Turn 14, he's kept nice and tight to the apex. This is a really good lap. This could be the closest we'll get. It's 4 tenths back. It's not bad. It's not bad for Charles Leclerc. It's ahead of Kimi Antonelli. It's ahead of both McLarens. It's good from the Monegasque driver. Hadja currently splitting both McLaren drivers. Can he climb ahead of Oscar Piastri? Bortoletto has beaten his teammates Tom and currently in P10. Hadja can't improve. Pinto sets a time. It's nowhere really near it for him. The Alpine aren't quick. Hulkenberg's crossed the line a bit too late there, so he's out. Wilson Lindblad unable to improve. Can Pierre Gasly climb up into the top 10? No, he cannot. So it's up to the Haasses if they can knock Bortoletto out. That's going to be looking at the battle this season. So Colapinto, Albon, Gasly all knocked out. Hulkenberg as well. Gee, Hamilton just not getting the turn in there. I think that's it. No, I don't think, yeah, everyone else is in the pit. So it's going to be Bortoleto in P10, Lawson 9, Lindblad 8, Hamilton, Norris, Hadjar, Piastri, Anthony Leclerc, and Russell. Hamilton scruffy on the softs in the second set of qualifying. He went on 2 softs, gave a lap a go on both, but wasn't able to put anything in. 9/10 back of P1. Bortoleto, fair play, my friend. Ollie Behrman in P12. We'll start P12 tomorrow. My prediction of P11, it might come true for him. McLaren's nowhere really near it. Piastri over half a second. Norris nearly a second back. All weekend it sort of felt like Piastri's been about 3 to 4 tenths quicker than his teammate. And it's always really felt like they've been about 3 or 4 tenths back of the leaders. Leclerc, I think, showed more of what the pace is expected for the Ferraris. But still, look how far back they are. 4 tenths back. It's crazy. So, that's how we have it as we come in now. It's the final section of qualifying. Just like Mercedes is in a league of their own right now. Just does feel that way. Impressive from the Audis. I like that from Bortoleto. I honestly reckon the RBs have been the most impressive in terms of... I didn't think we'd see them as that sort of best the rest team. Arvid Lindblad has consistently outperformed his teammate and done it once again, 2 tenths quicker in that session. It really is a solid display and quick from the RBs. That Ford engine is actually, it's super consistent and it's actually quite quick. Whoa. Lindblad nearly cleaned out his own teammate. So Bortoleto has gone to the pits and he's gone at about 20 kilometres an hour. Followed by Liam Lawson, and here comes Arvid Lindblad. Bortoleto might be done here. Bortoleto is done here. It looks like, yeah, he's getting pushed. That's such a shame for the Audi team. Once again, these new cars are causing some problems. Look at the temperature there. Still quite pleasant for driving in terms of 32 degrees. I don't know what... These cars can just conk out. This electrical transmission and everything. It just seems... Colour Signs had it. Just seen Bortoleto have it. I saw Albon earlier in the session have a very similar thing as well, where his car just conked out. That's such a shame for Bortoleto. I really thought he could have maybe nicked one of the RBs, potentially both, and finished in P8. So 3 minutes back now until we start again. But we will be starting very, very soon, 2 minutes from now. We'll have 9 cars out on the track, and we'll have 13 minutes to go and do so and see who can take out top spot. Should be George Russell. Should be. He's been a good sort of 4 or 5 tenths quicker in every single session so far, it feels like. Leclerc, Antonelli, Lewis, Piastri maybe. I'd love to see Oscar up there, starting at the front 3 or front 4. Give him a chance. But we definitely know one thing, that off the line, the Ferraris are so fast. So fast that if they both start in the top 4, they could finish 1-2. Because again, I don't know what the overtaking is going to look like with these cars. I have a really bad feeling it's not going to be that great for overtaking, or you just slingshot back and forth. Oscar's out of his spot on the grid. In the pit lane. Out comes Charles Leclerc, and out comes Lewis Hamilton. Session getting started in a minute's time. There we go. We've got 10 here, and we'll have 9 on the track. Piastri, both RBs and both Ferraris in the pit lane as we currently stand. It looks like the RBs have an old set of tyres on. Both Ferraris have new sets. Ten seconds until we're back underway here. I think the McLarens have 2 sets left of the softs. Ferrari definitely do. And so do Antonelli and Russell. So Piastri first out on track, followed by the RBs and the 2 Ferraris. Fresh set for Piastri. You set for Lawson. You set for Lindblad. So everyone but the RBs have got 2 new sets of softs. So there you go. That sums it up. Gee, Kimi is right at the edge there. Haven't seen many go wide in that corner this year so far. Might have just jinxed that there, but that's like a traditional position that people go off. Back end steps out, get spun around or go wide. So only Hadjar, Norris and Bortoleto not coming out. So only Hadjar and Norris are not out. Everyone else is heading out for their first flyer. You expect 2 flyers from everyone in this session. 13 minutes long, Q3. Here we go. First flyer. It's going to be delivered by Oscar Piastri. Isaac Kajo remains in the pits. Everyone else is out on track. Wasn't tidy through there initially. Really good from him there. Through 4, now into 5. Neat and tidy through there. They've looked good all day through the first sector, but this is the sector here, the middle sector. They've looked quite sluggish, I think. Hamilton's gone quickest in the first sector. Oh, Sammy's on the track. That smack bang in the middle of the track. It's Antonelli's. Got a red flag. Gee, the Mercedes. That hurts. Ooh, everyone, really. Piastri got the lap in, I think. But in the 130, so it wasn't really quick either. So no one really benefits from that. Everyone just came out and wasted a set of new tyres. And someone's run over it. Fucking hell. No, it's absolutely... How did he not see that? How has he not seen that? Well, Norris absolutely steamrolled it, so he might have been in a little bit of trouble. So Piastri got a time in for 1:30, so nowhere near it, off the pace there. Everyone else sort of went out and was unable to get anything done. Norris looks fine. I don't know how he's not seen that, though. He's driven straight into some black and neon green debris in the centre of the track. So we got 3 minutes in and we had to call it a pause. Such a blunder from the Mercedes crew, though. How do you leave 2 fans in a car? They weren't like they were in a rush to leave the pit lane either. They were one of the last to get out. Jeez.
back into the track, second one, and Lando, to be you can't see in front of your own car. It's like driving an E-Type Jag. There's a lot of car out in front of you. You're looking down the road, so as clumsy as that probably looks from Lando, you just wouldn't be looking. You wouldn't see that. You wouldn't be looking there. Now, with 9:47 on the clock when it stops, the cars should, or the drivers should be able to get 2 runs in, 2 push laps in as they go from pole. We've got a resumption in 3 minutes' time. The queue is forming, but Lando Norris is not going to be joining that queue yet, because as you can see, they're still examining underneath the front wing to see if there's any damage. And they'll be loath to change that front wing just in case it's got a bit more, a bit less downforce.
Trying to get the live timings up here. To make sure I'm with you guys, but yeah, crazy moment again. 2.5 minutes till we get going again. It's been a real funny one today. Minute and a half to go. Antonelli has had a crazy Saturday. From having a bind in the wall on his first proper aggressive lap in FP3. Well, they're working on that wing, so maybe it isn't as superficial as I first thought. Bit of gaffer tape. Nothing that gaffer tape can't fix. So what's the order here? We've got the 2 Mercedes, then we've got the Red Bull of Isaac Hadjar, and then we've got behind that Oscar Piastri, then the 2 Ferraris, and that's basically everyone in this section. The RBs are still in their pit spot, and Lando Norris still having work done in his car. We're 15 seconds from go again. You might be able to get 2 runs in if you go quickly, but it'll have to be 1 lap efforts. You can't... Oh. We're back. You can't get those sort of 2 lap runs, which we've seen a lot do so far. All right, we're live again. Cars are out on track. Norris seems to be fine. They've gaffer taped it all up, and he's going to come out of the tail end of this crew. We've got Antonelli, followed by Russell, followed by Hadjar, Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris. I just think the RBs might say we're done. New set for Piastri. Russell is on a new set also. Leclerc's on the same set which he did that initial run on before the red flag. Same as Hamilton, same as Norris. Hadjar's on a brand new set of tyres. So Antonelli will be the first one across the line. Get excited, people. This is it. This is go time. Kimi will go around first. He's been the man centre of attention all day long. Here comes Kimi Antonelli. Much cleaner through there than what we saw in FP3. Sky view of that one there. Bit of lock. It's a big lock up. He's into the gravel, Kimi. And that's a massive mistake for Antonelli. He's had one hell of a day, hasn't he? Now his teammate follows in. George Russell, that's much neater through there. That's more like it. He avoids the gravel. I don't think he's actually kicked any gravel onto the racing line, which is good for the following drivers. George Russell now, 27.6 in his first sector. It's a personal best, but it's not the quickest. Up to 320 kmh on the back straight now. George Russell goes past his teammate. He made that blunder. This is where you start taking a bit off. It's a 17.4 through the middle portion there. Hadjar's gone purple with a 17.45. Piastri's quicker in the first, but a 10th back in the second. Deep there goes Russell. Piastri's hooking it together here. Oh, a bit of understeer there in the penultimate corner. Now the long right-hander. Bit of wash. Not much wash of a dirty air there. That's handy for George Russell. He'll go fastest. 33.9, that final sector. He's 119 flat for him. Isaac Hadjar, 119.6. What can Piastri do? He's been closer there, thereabouts. About 2 or so tenths back, it looks like. He's in the 120s again. Piastri. Leclerc now, third fastest. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Put together a solid lap so far. Can he pip his teammate? No, he cannot. He's slower than Piastri, which is not that great of an achievement. Lando Norris goes second fastest. That's more like it from Lando. Half a second back of Russell, but ahead of everyone else. Because George Russell's in a land of his own right now. So all these guys now will just absolutely steamroll back into the pits, get a brand spanking new set of tyres on, and get straight back out there for one more run. Much closer to the second sector for the McLarens. Where did Piastri go really wrong? It was that final sector. Almost half a second back of Russell in that final sector. Competitive to the middle sector. Antonelli locking it. There, that was his big mistake. So he's got pressure on him now, Kimi Antonelli. He's in 7th place, behind the big boys ahead. And he's continually made mistakes. So that car has gone through the wars. That's not a fun ride to be on. But he kept it going in a straight line, well, relatively enough, at least. That's impressive from Lando Norris. Has been really circumspect all weekend. But P2 right now feels like a podium, feels like a pole position because of how quick George Russell's been. Norris is last to steam into the pits. Everyone's strapping on a new set of soft compound tyres. In about a minute's time, we'll see everyone steam back out on this racetrack. It's Russell with not his best performance, but still half a second quicker than Lando. Isaac Hadjar then beats both Ferraris. And then Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, and Antonelli. Lindblad and Lawson. With Bortoletto having some sort of mechanical failure, meaning he's not out there. There's Lando Norris absolutely obliterating that blower. There's a bit of a dentation there, but it looks more superficial on the wing. And that got strapped up with the gaffer tape. So Kimi is out there on track, followed by Lindblad and then Lawson. So the two RBs going for their final runs. They're both on fresh set of softs. Same as Antonelli, who leads the pack. Same as Oscar Piastri, who's coming out the pits. Same as Charles Leclerc. Same as, well, I assume, Lewis Hamilton as well. And Lando Norris will be the last one to set a lap. So what does the Italian Kimi Antonelli have to say? He's had one hell of a day so far. And now he comes into the main straight. What can he cook up for us here? Open go both the front and rear wings. New additions this season in Formula 1. He had some mistake here in FP3 that second corner. Much neater through there now. Carrying around 280 kilometers an hour of speed down this straight. This is where he made the mistake last time. He didn't lock any front there. That's much neater. Keeps it well and truly between the white lines. Swings right, swings left. Going a little bit wide there. But much better, much neater for Kimi Antonelli. 27.5 in that first sector. Not bad from him. This is where they carry a lot of speed through. You got to get up to speed as quick as you possibly can before they start downshifting to try and restore all that energy charge. So you'll see now at 314 km/h, they'll just downshift. Quickest to the second sector. Apex there. Left and right. Now on this secondary back straight. And he's all out of deployment, so he has to recharge. One of these late braking zones. He's got most of his battery charge back there. He's going to struggle for deployment on the main straight. Russell's gone quickest in the first sector with a 27.4. A little bit scruffy through this penultimate corner from Kimi Antonelli. Now slingshot onto the main straight. What can Kimi put together? George Russell's gone purple. Antonelli's put it on pole as provisional. That's an 18.8, so it's better, but Russell is absolutely flying. 27.4, 17.2. It's about 3 or 4 tenths up of what Antonelli produced. What can Russell put together in this final sector? We don't know how much deployment he's got left. Russell around the final corner. What can Russell put together now? George Russell is into the 1.8. 18.5s. Wow. And that looks like the unbeatable time. Piastri now has gone wide. Can the home favourite potentially separate the two Mercedes? Can he sandwich them? Piastri neat through here. Final corner. Crowd rising for him. Can Oscar Piastri push himself up the leaderboard? It's happened to P3 ahead of his teammate. Charles Leclerc now. Charles Leclerc goes P3. Ahead of Oscar Piastri. Isaac Hadjar now. He can make up some time here. Final sector for Hadjar. He goes third fastest. Isaac Hadjar. Take a bow. Norris is around the final corner next. He's gone relatively quick as well. What can Norris produce? It's Lando Norris. Can't go any faster. Can Lewis Hamilton promote himself up the leaderboard? Hamilton doesn't. Isaac Hadjar, wow. Arvid Lindblad now. A little bit deep in the final quarter. Arvid Lindblad. No. Nothing new there. Wowee, Isaac Hadjar. Take a bow, son. And it's a 1-2 for Mercedes AMG Petronas. But absolutely no surprises there. They have dominated today's sessions. George Russell, an 18.5. Far out. They look hybrid era regulation changes best again, don't they? They're just about 8 tenths ahead of the nearest Isaac Hadjar on the Red Bull. The Ferraris, once again, really nowhere. 8 tenths back Charles Leclerc. Hamilton a second back. Piastri put in a solid lap to promote himself up into P5, but far out. The Mercedes are rapid. Wow, George Russell, that is a statement for qualifying one, and that's a statement from AMG Mercedes Petronas team. That is quick. And fair play to Isaac Hadjar and all of that. Promotes himself onto the front three. So McLarens and Ferraris really nowhere near it. No one really near it, to be honest with you. Look at the timing sheet there. George Russell with an 18.5. Superb. And Antonelli then 0.3 back of his teammate. And I really think it's got to be George Russell's year to lose. Like, we knew they'd be fast. This is fast. It's not 3 or 4 tenths. It's nearly a second. Wowee. George Russell, take a bow, son. And Kimi, fair play to his engineers for getting his car on the track. And then once he was on there, he had a fair few adventures, but solid enough nonetheless to put himself P2. We're going to have a very interesting race tomorrow because Charles Leclerc off the line will be an absolute... it will be rapid off the line. He'll push his way through because of how quick that Ferrari can start. Same as Lewis Hamilton. He'll cause the McLaren some problems, but race pace and just raw pace. Gee, the Mercedes are fast. Can Isaac Hadjar cause some problems? And how does Max Verstappen do coming through from P20 on the grid? A lot to be excited about tomorrow. But that is the first official qualifying live stream here on the channel completed. Full of all sorts of excitement. But, gee, a lot of question marks for the chasing pack. Fair play to Russell, fair play to Mercedes. They're well and truly clear top of the grid. What can Hazard, Leclerc, Piastri and Norris do? Join me I won't be here tomorrow, so unable to be here for the live stream tomorrow, but join me Monday. I'll wrap up this race. We're in for a big one, I think. It could be a massive day for Mercedes and a statement made from them in the first qualifying session. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you guys in the video recap on Monday for this Australian Formula One Grand Prix. Till next time, guys. See you later.